Long before the Seven Kingdoms, long before the Targaryens rose to power, there was a tale whispered in shadow and fire. The tale of Azor Ahai. He was the hero who was said to rise when the world was shrouded in darkness. A champion who would wield a flaming sword. Lightbringer. A savior who would lead the living against the endless night. Some call him the prince that was promised. Others call him a myth. But in this world, legends have a way of becoming truth. Thousands of years ago, the world was plunged into the long night. The others, the White Walkers, swept across the lands of men. Endless winter covered the earth. Crops withered. Kingdoms fell. Whole peoples disappeared forever. For a generation, the sun and stars hid behind clouds of snow and smoke. It was in this age of despair that prophecy was born. From Asshai in the far east to Old Town in the west, seers spoke of a warrior, one who would rise, forge a weapon of fire, and push back the darkness. His name was Azor Ahai. The legend says, Azor Ahai labored for 30 days and 30 nights to forge a hero's blade. When he quenched it in water, the steel shattered. He tried again. 50 days, 50 nights. This time he quenched the blade in a lion's heart. Again, it broke. On the third attempt, he worked for 100 days and 100 nights. And this time, he knew what he must do. He called for his beloved wife, Nissa, and to temper the blade, he drove it through her living heart. Her soul, her courage, her fire, all of it flowed into the steel, and the sword burned with light. Thus was born Lightbringer, the red sword of heroes, the weapon that turned the tide of the long night, but at a cost so great that its echo is still feared thousands of years later. The Red Priests of R'hllor believe Azor Ahai will return when darkness once again threatens the world. Their prophecy says, when the red star bleeds and the darkness gathers, Azor Ahai shall be born again amidst smoke and salt, and he shall draw from the fire a burning sword. To the followers of R'hllor, this is not myth, it is destiny, and they believe the time of his return is close. Over the centuries, many names have been whispered. Some said the prophecy pointed to a Targaryen, blood of old Valyria, born in fire. Others said it would be a bastard of the north, with the blood of first men and Starks. In Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire, 3 candidates stand above the rest. Stannis Baratheon, hailed by Melisandre as Azor Ahai. She saw visions in the flames, a king with a burning sword. But Stannis' Lightbringer was only a trick, a sword made to glow, but holding no true power. Daenerys Targaryen, born on Dragonstone amidst smoke and salt. Her birth was marked by storms and fire. She awoke dragons from stone, bringing fire back into the world after centuries. Her path is drenched in fire and blood. And then there is Jon Snow, a man reborn at the wall amidst salt, tears, and smoke. His life is tied to the war for the dawn. He wields Valyrian steel, not Lightbringer, but close. And his choices, his sacrifices, may decide the fate of the living. But some whisper that Azor Ahai is not one person at all, that the prophecy is a symbol, a role to be filled again and again, whenever darkness rises. At the heart of the tale lies not the sword, but the sacrifice. Azor Ahai gained Lightbringer only by giving up what he loved most. The price of saving the world was blood. If Azor Ahai is to return, the question remains, who must be sacrificed this time? For Jon, perhaps his own life. For Daenerys, perhaps her dragons. For others, perhaps everything they love. The prophecy is terrifying, because it demands loss, and no hero escapes unscathed. Azor Ahai is always tied to fire. The others are bound to ice. Perhaps the legend is not simply about one warrior. Perhaps it is about the eternal balance between fire and ice, life and death. And perhaps both must exist together. The legend of Azor Ahai lingers still, whispered by priests, dreamed by dragons, feared by kings. But the truth? We may never know who Azor Ahai truly is. Perhaps Jon, perhaps Daenerys, perhaps no one at all. Perhaps the prophecy is a trick, or perhaps it is the fate of the world. In the end, the story is not about who he was. It is about what people are willing to believe, and what they are willing to sacrifice. In the name of hope, who do you think is Azor Ahai reborn? Comment below. And follow the Weirwood tales for more secrets of ice, fire, and blood.